How's it going, guys? I'm Matt. This is Motoworx. Now, for those of you that don't know me and are new to the channel, I work on things, I fix things, I like to modify things, vehicles, pretty much anything with a fuel-powered engine I'm all about, and try to get how-to videos out to you guys out there as best I can. And that's been pretty beneficial for me, you know, since I launched this YouTube channel. But my biggest problem with the channel is I haven't really had a hard focus on anything up to this point. And that's kind of what this video is introducing. It's a series I want to kick off, and the series is called the Is It Worth It series. And this is the first project for that series, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Now, this series, the Is It Worth It series, is kind of, to me, hopefully going to be beneficial to you guys and gals out there that buy these project vehicles for what you feel is a great deal, but then it ends up turning into this massive money pit. Now, what I plan on doing is buying those cheap vehicles and maybe showing you that, hey, you know what? It might be worth your time to invest the time as well as money to make this vehicle something, or you might be better off just waiting until you find that same vehicle already completed for slightly more money. All right. Now, the vehicles I'm talking about are not vehicles that you were given. They're not vehicles that have sentimental attachment. And what I mean by that is, you know, you have a vehicle out there where a loved one passed away or a best friend passed away and you were given a vehicle because of that, or you got it for a really good price because, you know, it was your buddy's vehicle and you're just going to honor your friend's memory by fixing this vehicle up. That's not what this series is about, because there is no price tag on something sentimental, and I get that. What this is about is the person out there who's looking for a project. Maybe they are on a tight budget and they find something for, you know, a couple $100, and turns out if they would have just waited, they could have found one for maybe a couple $1,000, but by the time this couple $100 vehicle gets to the point where it can be ridden, you have more money into it than that several $1,000 vehicle. If you would have just purchased that one in the first place, then you could have avoided the financial nightmare that comes with some of these project vehicles. So that's what this series is going to be about. And it's not only going to be on just vehicles, it's going to be anything that I, you know, find and think to myself, hey, is it worth it to do this, or should I just do that? You know, that's really what this series is going to be focused on. Now, I will have YouTube videos for this. I'll also have, you know, pictures and updates on my Facebook page as well as my Instagram. And those are both at Matt's Motoworx. But let's get this video started with this little gem behind me right here. Now you may be thinking to yourself, what an excellent motorcycle. You probably paid $1,500 for that thing. That thing looks like it's in decent shape. Well, you'd be wrong. I didn't pay $1,500 for this. Matter of fact, somebody actually got a hold of me through Facebook, and it was a friend of mine. And I'm not going to mention his name unless he wants to. He can put, you know, a comment down below in the comment section. But now he said to me, hey, you want a motorcycle? And I was kind of just taken back by that question. I said, sure. When you say want, what do you mean? And he just said, message back, free. It's yours. Come get it. Now, I didn't immediately jump on that because I've seen what you can get for free out there, and sometimes free is scary. But I said, hey, you know, what are you trying to get rid of? What's the story with it? And he ended up sending me pictures, and it was of this thing, which, I mean, this is in really good shape for a free motorcycle. Usually, I'm used to seeing these things come in multiple pieces. It's a project somebody started and never finished, and they're just trying to get it out of their garage. This, on the other hand, I'm not going to lie, it actually is in pieces. There's a box of parts over here that came with this. So it isn't 100% perfect, but it's mostly complete, guys. And this is the type of project that, you know, is perfect for this Is It Worth It series, because how can't a free motorcycle be worth it? Well, we're going to find out if it is, because the reason I got this bike for free is because it had sat for many, many years. When I got it from the guy getting rid of it, it had sat for at least 2 years. And if you have been a fan of the Motoworx channel for a while, you'll know that I did a video on this bike, and that was probably about a year, almost 2 years ago. So this bike has been sitting for about 4, maybe 5 years not running. And it didn't run when I got it, so it's not like it sat and now it's not running. It just hasn't run since I've purchased it. Well, got it for free. But a lot of people think that that's a great deal, getting something for free. How can you go wrong? And, well, we'll just have to check it out and see how much time, number one, and how much money I'm going to have to put into this motorcycle to get it to a point where I feel it's both safe as well as, you know, able to perform as good as I think a free motorcycle should perform. But let's go over the bike. I'll let you know everything that's wrong with it as far as what I was told and what I know from just looking it over. Now here's what I know is wrong with the bike. If you look at the throttle here, you can't twist it. I mean, I'm putting a lot of force in it, and yeah, that's not supposed to do that. That should return quickly, and that's barely returning at all. So the throttle is stuck, and I suspect it's stuck because the carburetors are going to be completely gummed up. I wouldn't be surprised if there was green gasoline in all of those carburetors. The brakes, they're locked up. When you apply the brakes stick and they don't move, so you have to smack them with a hammer to get them to freely move. The tires are very old. They're not dry rotted, but they're very old, and they need replaced because of that. So far we have to clean the carburetors. We're going to have to rebuild the brakes as well as the master cylinders, both the brake master cylinder and I imagine the clutch master cylinder. We might get away with that, but there is a possibility we might have to rebuild this as well. The rear tire is going to need changed, and the rear brakes are also going to need rebuilt. One thing that's nice is I do have a nice new battery with this, and it was nice enough to let me know that this bike does not start. So I am going to have to get this thing running first and foremost. That's going to be the first thing I do. And to help me along, I did purchase some things already. So I got a fuel filter for this already. I do have a carburetor rebuild kit here. I have a fresh set of spark plugs for this as well. And I am going to be changing the oil, so I did get an oil filter, and I do have oil for it. I also purchased a set of tires. So I do have a new set of tires for this bike. And here's that box I was telling you about of all the plastic pieces that came with this. Because again, no free motorcycle comes fully assembled. There is some assembly required to a free motorcycle. But there she is in all her glory. Now the paint is dusty, but I do believe with a little bit of wax and elbow grease and determination, we can get this thing to shine up and actually have ourselves a nice little motorcycle. Does have a radio on it. The radio does work, surprisingly. So we might be doing something with the radio there after we get this thing going, but there she is. Now the sad truth about this bike is I've already done an introduction video to this motorcycle and nothing ever became of it, because it's kind of the way it goes with projects. You get a good idea in your head about what you want and, you know, kind of what you want to accomplish, and then there's just that overwhelming and daunting task of actually sticking to it and getting that project done. Now the benefit I have is I have you guys watching these videos, so it gives me incentive to get these things done. But again, I started this a year and a half, almost 2 years ago, and this is the farthest I got. It was up on the lift, and I constantly keep taking it down off the lift because more pressing jobs come up and it just keeps getting put on the back burner. So by starting this series, hopefully I stick to my projects and I get these things done and I take you guys along for the journey. But that is going to do it for this video, guys. If you have any questions on projects maybe you're going to tackle, drop them in the comments below. If you like this video and you want to see more videos just like this, or you have an idea for future videos, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much to those of you who subscribe to the channel currently. I'm going to try and get a video on this and other bikes in this series out every week. Hopefully I can start to get 2 out a week, but I'm not going to overpromise and underdeliver, so I'm at least going to try and get out a video once a week on projects such as this. Thank you guys for checking out the video. We'll see you in the next one.